Here is something that we've been waiting to do for a long time. Infertility. More couples deal with it than you would think. So this morning we have a very enlightening and encouraging story that we hope will bring hope to couples who are having trouble starting a family.
It will. I know it will. A dear friend of the morning show has been trying to have a baby for 4 years, and now she's a mom to this sweet baby boy.
So Alexis Del Chiaro is here to introduce us to baby Grant. Baby Grant.
Hi.
Hey. How long has it been since you've been in the studio?
Oh, 6 years. Just 6 years. Hi. So nice to meet you.
We'll be back with Alexis after the break.
You rock this?
Yeah, okay.
Hold my hand.
You sit. And Alexis has been very public about her and her husband's struggles to start a family.
That's right. So
she's here to share her good news.
Yes.
I remember when you were here.
I'm nervous that you hold my hand.
I remember one of the most important things for you was to be married and have a family and have children.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry already.
No, wait a minute. We just got started.
No, well, yeah, it's been a long and trying road the last 4 years. You know, when you get married and you decide to start a family, you think that it will happen right away because for most couples it does. But for us, that wasn't the case. We suffered through 2 miscarriages. And then we turned to IVF. We did 1 IUI and then 3 rounds of in vitro fertilization, and all of them were failures. Didn't get pregnant any of the times. And you know, the doctors, what was the most frustrating is that they said that they couldn't explain what happened. They didn't know what was wrong. It's called unexplained infertility, and that's, to me, the most frustrating, because if you don't have a problem, how in the world are you going to have a solution? Yeah. And you know, we went to some of the best doctors you could find, and it was just like, that's it. But more than 7 million women suffer from infertility, and it's this quiet thing that no one talks about.
Over how long of a period of time did you go through this?
This has been, well, it's been 4 years that we've been going through this. The infertility struggles were probably for about 2 years, and
you
then
started a website about this.
I did. That's, you know, I felt like maybe this is all happening for a reason, because I needed to share my story. When I was going through it, I felt so alone, and it's a weird, kind of a shameful sort of a feeling, but for no reason other than
you feel guilty. Your husband feels guilty.
Yeah, it's just it is devastating. I mean, it crushed us. It was so hard. And so yeah, I started a website, started a discussion, just because I wanted other women and couples to realize that it happens all the time and that you're not alone.
did you get people reaching out to you a lot?
Yeah, and I just want to say to all my friends here in Arizona that you guys have been the best. I mean, once I kind of opened up, it was pretty cathartic, because everyone said, I'm going through it right now, and it was nice to know I wasn't alone.
So you turned to adoption.
So we turned to adoption, which in and of itself is a difficult process. It's not as easy as maybe I would have thought. There's a lot involved, and unfortunately, at the beginning we had a failed adoption. We thought we were going to be bringing home a baby girl, and it didn't work out, and that is often the case with adoption. But then a couple months ago, I got a phone call that changed my life. And I was put in touch with the most wonderful birth mother in all of the world, and there's baby Grant. I just have to say that this birth mother, and that's the reason why I'm here in Phoenix, is because the birth mother is here in Phoenix, and she is the most wonderful and giving and loving and caring person ever. I call her my angel, because, I mean, look at this baby.
So adorable.
You know, and he's perfect.
So he wasn't due for, what, another 3 weeks?
Yeah, his due date is April 27th.
Oh, wow.
But he decided to make an early appearance on March 14th. And I just happened to be out here to go to a doctor's appointment with her, flying in for a couple of hours, and then they admitted her to the hospital. And so I've been here ever since, back in Phoenix for
So when I met baby Grant, we were in a hospital situation, but baby Grant has since been released.
Yeah, he was in the NICU for 3 weeks, but he had a few breathing difficulties when he was first born, very common with preemies. And now he's doing great. He has been released, so we'll be getting back to California here in a couple of days.
Okay, so here's the big thing about this story, is after you've been through all this, over 4 years you said. There's Gabe, by the way.
There's my husband, yes.
What a beautiful family.
Thank you.
So after you've been through all this and you adopted baby Grant, and then you come to find out that baby Grant is going to have a sibling.
Baby Grant is going to be a big brother. I'm pregnant.
I can't believe this is so amazing.
I'm due in August, and I'm having a little girl.
When did you find out? And what was that like?
Oh, man, I just fell to the floor and thanked God. I found out a week after we committed to the adoption. We came out here, met birth mom, and met her family and decided we were going to go through with the adoption. And a week later, I found out that I was pregnant, and it's a miracle.
Yeah.
Because doctors said you will never be able to get pregnant. It's not possible. It will never happen.
This seems like something that happens a lot, though. I mean, I hear stories like this a lot where women are told you can't ever have a kid, and then it's just
I can't tell you how many people that I told the story to say, well, see, the pressure was taken off.
But see, that's not it.
No, maybe not.
Okay, I think, yeah, and I've heard stories like that, too, that happened to a coworker's friend's brother's neighbor.
Yeah.
But, you know, I didn't really know anyone that happened to. And I don't think it's a pressure thing or a stress thing, and that's what a lot of people say during infertility. Once your mind's off of it, you'll get pregnant. But if a doctor tells you you have a medical condition, like something is wrong with your body where it cannot perform a function that it was born to do, you would never not worry about it. You know, you would always stress.
You would say, okay, I'm going to adopt because I'm going to go in a different...
And that's my message about infertility. Anyone that's watching it that may be struggling is, if you want to be a parent, there is a way. It will happen. It will it will test everything that you have inside of you, but it can happen. And gosh, 4 years later, I've got two blessings. I've got my baby boy and a baby girl on the way, and you know, I wouldn't have planned it this way, obviously, but God had a better plan for me.
Do you believe that God, a higher power, has said, well, because you've adopted this child, I'm going to give you your own child?
I think that Grant was always supposed to be our baby, and now that we have him, that, you know, I can have my own.
We're all crying over here. I wish you could have seen the look on James, our floor director's face, when you said you were pregnant. It was like shock,
no,
right?
I honestly, every time I tell someone...
You didn't know. No, see, we kept it a secret until you announced it.
Thank you. Yeah, every time I tell someone, it is so exciting for me because it is the last thing that people expect to hear. I mean, it's the last thing I expected to hear, you know. So,
well, that is just a miracle.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And you know, people always ask us, where's Alexis Del Chiara? Whatever happened to her? When you left her, you went to San Diego and worked the morning show for 3 years, which I watched you from my boat. You texted back and forth.
Had a lot of martinis in San Diego.
And then you were at KNBC in Los Angeles for a while. We had our station KTTV in LA for a while. And then you were in Sacramento. And now you're kind of like a retired mommy.
Well, I hope to go back, you know, someday. But right now, I mean, I've got a newborn.
And a baby
another
on the way.
Yeah, in like 5 months, I'll have another newborn. So I think I'm going to take a little bit of a break. But, you know, some of my best memories in life have happened right here in this studio. So,
thank you.
You know, if there's ever a job opening. I'm just kidding. But seriously.
No, but really.
You're loved here, that's for sure. Thank you for sharing. I'm sure it's an inspiration to so many people out there. Do you remember Corey?
He's still around.
I don't know, that guy. I think he was like a cheerleader for a while or something. Mud run. I beat him in a mud run. Yes.
Oh, Alexis, congratulations. And there might be a job opening soon because I plan to be tased today somewhere between second and third base. Wherever the groundskeeper catches up with me, that's for sure. But we're here at Chase Field. It's going to be a huge day. We open the season tonight against division rivals Colorado, and we're going to preview the whole darn evening coming up in just a couple of minutes.